Hello guys, welcome to DrTidy. I am Dr. Jigisha, Infection Control Officer. Today we will know when and how to wash the hands. Hands are the most common mode of transmission of any infection. Effective hand hygiene is the cornerstone for prevention of any infection for the matter, and even it includes COVID-19 of course. There are two types of bacteria present on our hands. One is called the residential bacteria and the other is called as the transient bacteria. The resident bacteria which is present on the skin is the normal commensal flora. That means they are present on the hands, like they are normally present on the hands, they don't cause any disease and they are not pathogenic. And they are not transmitted from one person to another person. Whereas the transient bacteria, which stay for a very little time, they are pathogenic. They cause disease. They are transmitted from one person to another person. By performing the hand hygiene, we remove the transient bacteria but not the residual bacteria which is present on the skin as a commensal, that is the normal flora of the hands. Now, how the bacteria or any virus or any of the microorganism transfer from one hand to another hand? First, there is any virus or bacteria on an inanimate object or else on the other person's hand. We just touch the surface and get those organisms on our hands. Now these organisms on our hands survive, they multiply, they remain on our hands. If we don't wash our hands, we transfer it to another object, we transfer it to other person or we transfer it to our own body. So that's why hand hygiene is very, very, very important. Now when to perform alcohol based hand rub or a soap and water. Now our hand wash is soap and water. Alcohol based hand rubs are hand rubs. Now when to perform a sanitizer and a hand wash? There's a lot of confusion. It's very easy to remember. Whenever your hands are visibly soiled, that means whenever you can see dirt on your hands, you should use soap and water. But whenever your hands are not visibly soiled, like my hands are not visibly soiled now, but I feel they are dirty because I have touched the doorknobs, the chair, the table, someone else's pens, then that time you need to use your hand rub. It is easy to use the hand rub because the hands are not visibly soiled, you can use it. But when your hands are visibly soiled like any sweat or anything, then you should use your soap and water. And hand wash is mandatory before and after eating food and after visiting the toilet. So these things you should keep in mind without just performing a hand rub even after you touch something which is dirty or something which is fluid or body fluid, it's waste. So you need to know when to use a sanitizer and when to use a hand wash. Now how much is the time? For hand wash, it is 40 to 60 seconds as per WHO recommendation. But for hand rub, it is 20 to 30 seconds as per WHO recommendation. But on many social media platforms and as per government, there is a small mismatch. But as per WHO, it is 40 to 60 seconds for soap and water hand wash and 20 to 30 seconds for alcohol-based hand rubs. Now let's see how to wash the hands in stepwise manner. You can see my hands are now visibly soiled. I have used a blue color to show you how I can perform a hand hygiene. Now first open the tap with your elbow. Wet your hands and now take the soap. Close the tap with your elbow. Now wash your hands. First step is hand to hand. Next, back of the hand. Each step you need to perform for 5 times or more than that. Now interlacing your hands. Now interlocking your hands. Your thumb. Your fingers, your fingernails. And now you are done with your hand wash. Now open the tap and wash your hands. And close the tap with your elbow again And now you can see your hands are visibly clean. You can use a towel or a tissue, anything which is not used by some other. You should not share your towels with anyone, and you should have your personal towels. If you are using a cloth or if you are using a tissue, you can use it like one single use tissues. With this, we have finished our hand hygiene technique. So now you have seen how we washed our hands. We washed our hands. We have seen that the colored hands have turned into very tidy hands. So this is how you need to perform a soap and water hand hygiene. And with this video, we have completed with hand hygiene. In next video, we'll come with a new topic. Till then, bye-bye. Thank you so much.